What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Nyan. Castle levels of 30. 1,200 crowns, which is pretty high. And then he's got this this archer that he validates his castle with. So let's jump into it and take a look. It's been validated only 1 day ago, so fairly new castle. See what he's got inside. Alright, I'll check over here first to see if there's any mines. Just a really long path, and there's only one mine at the end of it. So troll. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna run back from here so I have enough mana for volley, just in case I need it. And continue onward. So we start off with a spike tunnel. Alright, so far so good. I need to volley in here. I don't know if I got it. Yeah, I did. Alright. I saw that there was some units. It looks like smelly warriors. So let's see if I can pull them back a little bit. Alright. Couple smelly warriors and a Jimbo. It's a little bit dangerous, but not too bad. I actually don't like a lot of smelly warriors in one group. Like, I like the unit itself, but they tend to stack up and try to like attack at the same time. And if they do that, I actually do like the bad dog though. That's actually something that I should have incorporated in my my rooms like this. Anyway, I tend to find that they all stack up at once, and like maybe they all hit, but at the same time it's a lot easier to dodge 3 units that are all attacking you in the same general area. It's easier to roll away. Compared to like if you have a battering ram that's charging at the same time, that has a different type of like attack path than a smelly warrior does. So that's why I don't like stacking them up too much. Alright, I almost didn't use a potion there, but I managed to do it. Alright, bear trap archers. If I can kill off, yeah, the puppeteer is what I needed to kill off there. And keep in mind about this smelly warrior, because they have a lot of damage. You can make it through the smelly warriors without taking any hits from them. It's really good. But if they do hit you once, they're like cost efficient just with that amount of damage, in my opinion. Alright, and then over here, it looks like this is actually the way that the castle goes, so I wonder if there's mines up in here. I kind of have to check. Yeah, there is. Alright, so you can see I have that corrosive mine debuff, and it takes me forever to actually kill off the mines. Okay. So I used 2 potions there, but there's a lot of defense points in those type of rooms. It looks like it might be another mouse wheel room, which I have to admit, like, it's laid out a little bit differently, but they are the best rooms I think right now. So let's see. I have to try to just kill off the mines, I think, which I'm not doing a good job at this. Maybe if I drop a volley, it'll kill it. I'm probably gonna die in this room. The only problem with having all mouse wheel rooms is that if I go through the castle and I ignore mines and I just don't go for those, it's gonna be pretty difficult. And then the boss room's empty, which is another thing, that you could maybe just kite them and then go back for the mines, or just skip the mines altogether and take two stars instead, and you actually get to skip a good majority of this castle's defenses if you just skip the mines and go for 2 stars, because either way I'm going to get 2 stars. Even if I get the mines and I time out, it's going to be pretty much the same. So that's definitely something you have to keep in mind with your castles. If people know the layout, like if I ran this castle again, I would probably skip the mines and just go for 2 stars and try to hit the timer. And it would probably be quite a bit easier, because you have 2 mouse wheel rooms, each with, I don't know how many points you have in each one, but it's like at least 20 on each side, so that's 40 per room. That's 80 defense points out of 300. That's quite a bit, a third almost. And then you're also skipping some of the traps on the sides as well, so it's easily a third of your defense points that are skippable. And then the beginning part is really just anti-kiting, so you have to be careful of that. That's the main weakness, I think, of those mouse wheel rooms, is that if you just skip the sides and don't worry about them, the more that you commit to those areas, it just is like makes your castle a lot easier. But yeah, let's jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, next up we have XDADAX 900CZ. Castle level's a 28, probably validated on this knight rather. Really high hit points. So let's jump into it. It's going to be a little bit easier of a castle because it's 4 levels under me, but we'll give it a try. Another one that was validated just a day ago, so could still be in the testing phases. Or it could have just been, you know, you don't really know when the castle actually, like the first rendition of the castle actually got made. It could have been a week or a month ago even, and he's just slowly tweaking it and then revalidating it. So there's no real way to tell. I do the same thing. My first castles generally don't work all that well, and then I slowly tweak them. I haven't actually had that much time to tweak my most recent castle. I might even skip doing a replay day and just build a new one because I'm kind of like just over the castle in general. It works good in some cases, it works bad in like others. I don't know. It really depends on how the people go about it. I think the most solid castle that you can make right now is like everything in the boss room with a flameo and like a mouse wheel room leading up to it. And I might do that just to see how good I can get how good of a defense rating I can get on that. Like how much percentage I win, basically. If I can get it up to 70% win rate, that would be cool. A long time ago, like a year ago when I first started playing this game, I had 80% win rates on most of my castles. But the game's changed so much then, it's really hard to get to that point. There's not really as much thought that you can put into building defenses, like, I don't know, there used to be a lot more that you could do. It's hard, I guess it's more like it's hard to predict what attackers are going to do now. It used to be a lot easier because you couldn't rotate the camera and all these things. Like rotating the camera was probably the biggest one, because you could basically make it so that they couldn't see what they're coming up against. Alright, I probably shouldn't be volleying this at this point, but let's just throw a volley around this corner. And as things come around, they should take damage from the spike traps as well. So this is a nice little area where you can kill off a lot of the mobs from the boss room. It might have been even designed that way, hoping that the attacker doesn't find it and just goes into the boss room. I do need to kill off this Nottingham though, because he's being really annoying. Again, like I said, this is 4 levels under me, so it feels a lot easier than it necessarily will be for level 26s. I do definitely think that Flameo is probably the best boss at this point, though. Especially in conjunction with a heavy boss room, like a heavy points and boss room thing. I actually think your castle would probably benefit from losing a few of the spike rooms early on. I think you only need like 1 or 2 of those. I don't know if you have 2 or what, but I don't think you need as much as you have for the anti-kiting. Like it's taking a lot of points away from this boss room if that's what you're going for. Because, like, the spike room by itself, if it doesn't have any mobs in it, you're not really going to take that much damage. You can, for the most part, get through, like, 3 of those rooms all full, maybe on 1 potion. You probably could do it with 0 if you take your time and just monotonously go through it and try not to get hit by the spikes. But, yeah, it would obviously work a lot better against a level 26. You know, I still had to use 2 potions, so it's not too bad. Also a really high crown count. That's probably because you attack a lot, though. I don't really attack nearly as much as I should, because I find it kind of boring. So that's why I have low crowns, and also people can attack me through the friends list and get through that way. Anyway, let's jump into the 3rd and final castle in just a second. Alright, lastly we have Granto. Castle level is a 28, has this archer that he validated with. Let's jump into it. This one was validated 1 week ago.
What's yours will soon be mine. Just need a second.
Alright. If I can get through these mouse wheels, oh my god, alright, there we go. Okay, so this is one of those places that I should have recognized that this was a threat and actually volleyed down here. I did it earlier, I did it on the first castle, but I forgot to do it. This room specifically, if you see this room, you should always try to volley down at the end of it, because it's one of those rooms that can just lead to a kill zone with archers, and this one has smelly warriors. I actually like the smelly warriors in addition to the archers. I think it works well. That was actually something that I wanted to try out. You have the smelly archers to bear trap you and like stun you, and then you have the smelly warriors that are also going to be attacking at the same time, and hopefully the stun makes you stick there long enough to get hit by the smelly warriors. Smelly warriors in this room are really good as well. Just from like my own castle's experience, I'm wondering if this boss room is empty, because it seems like when you build a castle like this with 20-point groups here and there, and then you have the spike room in between and stuff like that, it eats up points pretty quickly. I even wanted to have somewhat of a boss room when I started making my castle, but I just didn't have enough defense points at the end of it. You know, each room's about 40 when you count in all the spike traps, probably more than that actually, especially if you have 2 mob groups in each room. That's like 50 by itself, and then an extra 30 or so per room for traps, so it adds up pretty quickly. And I don't know if that's really the way to build castles anymore. I was thinking that it would work, but I think with the like new caps on everything, it's too easy to kite it to the end, and I don't know. I don't really know why it's not working the way it used to. I guess because mobs take trap damage is actually one of the biggest things. It used to be that you would just well, I'm not even going to talk about how it used to be, because we're not going to go back to that point probably ever, so it's not really that big of a deal. I'm just trying to figure out ways to build a castle successfully that isn't just like a main boss room castle. But that does definitely seem to be the best way. And like these mouse wheel rooms are really good, but you can skip a majority of the defense. Like you really only have to worry about these couple mouse wheels here and then a couple ballista traps that you take damage from, and you can just skip the majority on the outsides, because most people are going to 2-star castles anyway. Like, it is possible to 3-star castles, and it's more possible if you actually like run them a couple times to make sure that you 3-star them. But a lot of the time you're not going to have enough time or get the mines if you choose to go that route. I guess them adding the this couple seconds to the mines though does help quite a bit. I have noticed that when I run castles outside of viewer castles, I tend to 3-star a little bit more. Alright, so I already got the mine, so I probably should just like leave this group, because there's too many traps in here. Let's see what's here. Alright, so there was a couple smelly warriors, or smelly archers. This is the reason why I don't like these type of castles anymore, is the caps on units. Basically, they all ran away from me at the very start, so you didn't get that what you were going for here with the archer stunning you and stuff like that. But I definitely need to try to get out of here if I can. Let's see if I can kill off some of this stuff as it kites towards me, and maybe get a health globe, because I really need one. So far this castle's doing pretty well though, considering I'm out of health potions at this point. Alright, there's a health globe down there, but there's bear traps. I need to wait for those. Grab the health globe. Oh god, if that smelly archer hits me. So yeah, I'm gonna get timed out, that's fine. Okay, well, no more health globes, but I have a feeling that most of the defense points have been used. If I can just get through this without taking much damage, I should be okay. But I took another tick right there, and be being more careful. Alright, there's a few more mobs coming towards me. So I'm gonna drop a health globe. Nope. Alright. There's one Stairmaster I left. It's fine, I'm gonna let him heal up. And hopefully when he comes towards me, he will have a health globe. Alright, so it looks like this is gonna be the boss room, and there's nothing else here. I just have to make sure that I don't take any damage from this Stairmaster. And a couple extra units, I guess. I should be able to kite forever, though. Without any traps, it's really easy to kite. Alright, so I made it through, but just barely, and I was 2 levels over it. Obviously, I could have ran it a little bit better, but I stayed in the trapped rooms a little bit too long, I think, was my main issue. Like the mouse wheel room, I stayed in there taking too much trap damage. But yeah, it's a pretty good castle. Unfortunately, it has the weakness where if people run to the end and just kite all of your mobs into the group, they just kind of win against your castle with like 3 potions to spare. It's kind of ridiculous. But that is pretty much it. So that's number 3. So we're gonna end the video here. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of Eurocastles, you can email me at friendsofcastleruns@hotmail.com. Level 20 and above castles, and you have to add me to your friends list so that I can target you through targeted attacks. And that is pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.